I believe this film is about a man who used to be a tinker, then became a tailor, then became a soldier, and then became a spy. I think. Tinker, Tailor, Soldier Spy, released in 2011 and is directed by Thomas Alfredson, who has also directed such films like Four Shades of Brown, Let the Right One In, and The Snowman, which to my understanding the book is really good, but the film, from what I hear, is god-awful. And this film has a very British cast of Gary Oldman, Benedict Cumberbatch, Colin Firth, Tom Hardy, Ciarán Hinds, John Hurt, and amongst them. I don't know where that British accent or that pitch of voice came from, but I just went with it. And this film is based on a book of the same name, but don't worry, I have definitely not read that. I've only seen this film once. Really, when it came out after I bought it, watching it, I just don't remember a single thing about this movie. Maybe when I watched it back in 2011, maybe I was thinking I was expecting something else, but this just was really British to me, in that I know that they're speaking the English language, which is something that I speak, but I can barely understand a word they are saying. With their accents and how soft they're talking, and sometimes how quickly they're talking. And the plot of this movie, the pacing of this movie, is all in the dialogue. Really, there is little to no action that happens here. Everything that does happen is all from the spoken word. So if I'm not understanding, or if I'm not following along, or if I'm just not interested in what these characters are saying, I'm checked out, I'm lost, and I'm forgetting this movie. I'm happy to say, though, this time around, I enjoyed this so much more. I think this was probably around the time when I was in grad school and I was commuting to school every single day, and it was a good hour 20 drive from where I lived to Eastern Michigan University. And I didn't have a stereo in my car at that time, so what I would do is I would pop in DVDs into my laptop and they would be playing off to the side. I wouldn't be watching them, but I would be listening to them during my commute because I had no idea what podcasts were. I don't even think they were a thing back in 2011. But yeah, that's how I entertained myself back then. Was that illegal? Should I have not been doing that? Probably not. But, you know, it's what I did, and I'm alive, I'm still here, and as far as I know, I didn't kill anyone on my drive, so it's all good. But really, this film is widely known for the performance of Gary Oldman in the title role of George Smiley. Gary Oldman is one of those actors who, he's a chameleon. He can do anything. He is so versatile. He can play an old, retired British intelligence secret agent. He can play Commissioner Gordon. He can play Churchill. And he can play a weird sci-fi Texan gunslinger dude in The Fifth Element. You look at his body of work and you go, you are not typecast at all. You can do anything. And this is one of those performances of his that it looks like he's not really doing much, but in that guise of not doing much, he is doing oh so much. Simplest, slight little facial tick or head tilt or facial reaction is all calculated by this man. And Gary Oldman, sure, he's up there in age, but he is nowhere close to being the age of this character George Smiley, the retirement age. But after watching him, you are convinced that Gary Oldman is like 78 years old. The way he carries himself, his body language, the way that he is forcing himself to slow down, all of these little tiny nuances show just how seasoned this actor, Gary Oldman, is in his vast career. Not to mention that he is surrounded by a group of just so many talented actors. John Hurt, Colin Firth, Tom Hardy, Benedict Cumberbatch. That's some great company to be with. And they all play their roles very subtly too. It matches Gary Oldman's performance and it all just works for the tone of this movie. Now, like I said before, all of the action, all of the movement of the plot, the pacing here is all through the spoken word. There's rarely any gunfights or violence, which is a little shocking seeing how this is technically a spy movie. And whenever I hear the word spy, my brain automatically goes to James Bond or Jack Bauer or Jason Bourne. So to watch this spy movie when really what they're doing is, I guess, literally spying on people and not doing much, it's a little jarring, but it makes sense. However, the storytelling here can be very confusing, because a lot of this is done in non-linear structure, where we have flashbacks going back to the moment where Mark Strong's character goes to Hungary and meets with the person, then gets captured. And then we flash forward, and it's in the future. Gary Oldman's already retired, and then we do flashback to the meeting of what happened at that time, and then we flash forward again. It bounces back and forth, and there's really no, at least I didn't catch, on any shifts in cinematography or lighting, really any cues at all on screen to let you know, oh, this is in the past, and this is present day, and then this is the future. It's very confusing. So my biggest advice for you, if you are going to check this film out, pay attention. You can't be on your phone, you can't be on your computer doing some other thing or doing some other task. You need to sit down and fully invest yourself into this movie. I think that's what went wrong for me the first time around when I watched this movie. This time around, though, I wised up and I just straight up watched this, and I really enjoyed it. Is it something that I'm going to scream from the hillside saying, everyone needs to see this movie? No, but once you are into the story, once you're invested, it all builds up to a very nice payoff. I'm gonna give Tailor Soldier Spy 3.5 out of 5 Blu-rays.
I am above average.
Alright everyone, now comes my favorite part of my videos, where I randomly select which movie I'm going to be watching next, and we're going to be pulling from the list of all the recommendations that I've gotten from friends, family, and all of my subscribers out there. So let's see what pops up. The Big Sick, recommended by Melody G, who I think we haven't really seen a recommendation from her in some time. I had to think for a second, because The Big Sick, The Big Short, I'm sure The Big Lebowski, whenever I hear the word The Big, I'm always thinking of something else, but I do own this movie because I've heard nothing but great things about it. I've just never gotten around to watching it. Mail New Johnny, who I was really introduced to last year with the movie that appeared on Netflix due to the whole pandemic thing, Lovebirds, and I love that guy. He is hilarious. And I think this movie is about his girlfriend getting sick and then losing her memory, and then he's able to, like they break up just before she gets sick, and then after she wakes up, then they, can date again. I think it's like a 51st dates type of thing. Am I wrong? That's what I recall from my memory of watching the trailers. I don't know. But we'll check it out next time. So guys, have you seen Tailor Soldier Spy? What did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across it because of this video, then comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell. See you the next time I release my next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time with my review of The Big Sick. So in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.